master your mind, or be ruled by it. There comes a time in every life when a person must stop blaming the world, their past, or their surroundings, and start accepting that the greatest prison is built inside the mind. The chains are made of fear, and the guard is called procrastination. The human mind is the most powerful force on earth, yet so many let it rot with indecision, idle habits, and wasted thoughts, not realizing that every moment of drifting is a moment of surrendering their future. Success is not reserved for the privileged. It is claimed by the disciplined, the bold, and the focused. Every day, people wake up and give their best energy to distractions, to doubts, to toxic routines that rob them of their potential. The truth no one wants to hear is that comfort is a trap. When you seek comfort before growth, you inherit regret. When you choose growth before comfort, you inherit power. Fear is a liar that wears many masks. Fear of criticism, fear of poverty, fear of failure, fear of standing alone. But fear only survives where purpose is absent. Once you define your mission, fear begins to wither. Your mind must be trained like a warrior trains his sword. You don't get strong by accident. You get strong by cutting through excuses, day after day, until discipline becomes your second nature. Greatness demands resistance. If your path is too easy, you're likely walking in circles. Hard times forge strong spirits. The mountain is steep because the view is reserved for those willing to climb. If you want freedom, you must earn it with your attention. The modern world is designed to steal your focus, one notification, one scroll, one distraction at a time. If you don't master your attention, someone else will. A definite purpose is your compass in a storm. Without it, you drift. And drifting is deadly, not in the physical sense, but in the sense that it robs you of your identity, your time, your dignity. The people who make the greatest impact on earth are those who made a decision and then refused to retreat. They weren't the smartest or the fastest, but they were the most resolved. Excuses feel good in the moment, but they rot the soul. Discipline hurts now but rewards forever. You can live easy now and suffer later, or live with purpose now and reign later. The choice is yours. You don't need luck. You need clarity. You don't need everyone's approval. You need your own conviction. You don't need a perfect plan. You need relentless action. Most people live like ghosts in their own lives, reacting, drifting, wishing. But you were born to build, to conquer, to create, to dominate the space you're in with excellence. There are two paths every day: the path of intention and the path of default. Intention requires courage and design. Default requires nothing but your passivity. You don't need more motivation. You need more commitment. Motivation is a spark, but commitment is the fire that burns through doubt, fatigue, and fear. Your thoughts are seeds. What you plant consistently, you will harvest eventually. Sow doubt, reap weakness. Sow action, reap results. Every thought is a vote for your future. Nothing changes until you do. You can cry, complain, blame, or scroll, but until you take ownership, you are stuck. Ownership is the first step toward power. You are not your past. You are not your parents. You are not the failures you've known. You are whatever you decide to become, starting the moment you fully commit. Stop asking for permission to be great. No one will crown you until you crown yourself. No one will believe until you believe. Power begins the moment you decide that enough is enough. The mind, if left unguarded, will become a playground for fear, excuses, and chaos. But with structure, with purpose, with discipline, it becomes a weapon. You must build a mental firewall against negativity, against distractions, against those who try to water down your ambition with their own fear. You will not always feel inspired. You will not always feel strong. But consistency beats mood. Winners show up, especially when it's hard. A day without progress is a day given to the enemy. Whether that enemy is fear, laziness, or doubt, you don't need to move fast. You just need to move forward. The average person reacts. The exceptional person creates. One is led, the other leads. One is a victim, the other is a victor. There's no power in drifting. The winds of life are always blowing. Only the ones with a sail and a destination will ever arrive. Most people are busy being busy, but what matters is not how much you do, but what you do consistently with purpose and precision. The world does not owe you success, but it will reflect back whatever level of demand you place upon yourself. Set the bar high and rise. In the silence of early mornings and late nights, your real self speaks. Listen closely. What you do in those moments shapes your destiny. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you strengthen the habit of delay. Kill that thought. Start now. Do something, anything, that aligns with your vision. True power is internal. It's not in the money, the praise, or the applause. It's in the ability to command your own mind and emotions under pressure. When you feel tired, remember your reason. When you feel doubt, remember your promise. When you feel weak, remember your power. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a powerful decision. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next step. Your legacy is built in moments of struggle, in how you rise after falling, in how you push when comfort calls you back into mediocrity. There will be pain. There will be resistance. But the pain of growth is always sweeter than the pain of regret. Choose your pain wisely. And when the noise gets loud, return to your mission. The world respects those who stay true when others break. Be bold. Be intentional. Be unshakable. And most of all, be in control of your own mind. Because that's where every battle is won or lost. You've broken the chains, but freedom is not a destination, it's a discipline. It's not enough to escape the prison if you still carry the prisoner's mindset. Victory is not won once. It is won every morning when you wake up and choose discipline over excuses, clarity over confusion, and courage over comfort. The world will test you. It will seduce you with distractions, drown you in noise, and tempt you to shrink. But fire is born from pressure, not peace. You are not here to blend in. You are here to set a new standard, to burn so brightly with purpose that mediocrity flees from your presence. Weakness will try to return. It always does. Doubt will whisper again. But you are no longer who you were. You have risen. Now you must remain risen. The true war is internal. Your enemy is not out there. It's the voice inside that tells you to quit, to rest too long, to lower your aim. Do not make peace with that voice. Starve it. Replace it. Overwhelm it with the relentless sound of your actions. Momentum is your ally. When you keep moving, resistance loses its grip. When you pause too long, comfort creeps in like a thief. You have tasted progress. Now multiply it. Turn sparks into flames. Turn habits into identity. Turn ambition into legacy. The mind, once awakened, cannot go back to sleep. But you must feed it truth daily. If you do not feed your mind, the world will feed it poison. Your future demands more than random effort. It demands obsession with the right things, growth, clarity, faith, and massive action. Each hour is either building your empire or dismantling it. Every decision builds momentum or destroys it. Time is not money, time is life. The greatest tragedy is not failing. It is never trying with full force. You've survived your worst days. Now dominate your best ones. You don't need louder cheerleaders. You need a stronger mission. When the mission is deep, motivation becomes irrelevant. Purpose takes over. Do not ask for easier roads. Ask for stronger legs. You are being shaped, not punished. Refined, not rejected. Pressure is the evidence that you are meant for more. Diamonds are only created when carbon is crushed with intensity. Discipline is the purest form of self-love. It says, I refuse to let my future self suffer for my present weakness. There will be days where everything screams for your attention. That's when you must scream louder with your focus. You were not built to be another follower. You were born to lead yourself first, and then, through example, light the way for others. Let the world sleep while you build. Let them doubt while you act. Let them mock while you rise. One day, they'll ask how you did it. Energy is not infinite. Pour it only into what multiplies your purpose. If it doesn't feed your fire, let it die. People will try to slow you down, not always out of hate, but out of their own fear. Your clarity will offend their comfort, but your purpose is not a democracy. You do not need a vote to rise. You just need the decision to keep going. You will never control every circumstance, but you can always control your response. That is your weapon. Use it with precision. Life does not wait for the perfect moment. It rewards those who act with urgency and intention in imperfect conditions. The goal is not to be better than others. The goal is to be unrecognizable from who you were 6 months ago. Build routines that demand greatness. Surround yourself with thoughts, habits, and people that provoke your excellence, not your excuses. You are building a mind that cannot be shaken, a spirit that cannot be broken, a will that cannot be silenced. Comparison is poison. Your race is yours alone. Focus on your lane, your speed, your mission, and accelerate without apology. When you feel like stopping, remember, the version of you that gave up is already dead. Let the stronger version live. Time is passing whether you act or not. Decide today if the future thanks you or resents you for the way you lived this moment. You don't owe anyone explanations for your fire. Burn anyway. Burn bright. Burn bold. Burn relentlessly. Discipline is your armor. Purpose is your weapon. Faith is your fuel. With these three, no mountain can stand forever. Be ruthless with laziness. Be allergic to excuses. Be addicted to excellence. And be immune to mediocrity. There are voices inside you that want to go back. Silence them with results. Prove to yourself that the old you no longer lives here. 1 hour of focused work is more powerful than 10 hours of scattered effort. Cut the noise. Do the work. Reap the fire. What you do today echoes forever, not just in your future, but in the lives of those who will follow your example. Don't chase applause. Chase alignment. What matters is not what they see. It's what you become when no one's watching. Build a life that roars with integrity, that radiates discipline, that commands respect not through words, but through the silent proof of action. The process will humble you. That's the point. You cannot rise fully until your ego dies. Let the ego burn. Let the mission rise. Comfort zones are coffins dressed as luxury. Escape them daily. Choose discomfort over decay. You are becoming fire. You are becoming steel. You are becoming someone even your past self could not recognize. No more apologies for ambition. No more hesitations. No more waiting. Now is the only time that has ever mattered. Let your actions preach what your words never could. Let your habits scream louder than your motivation. And when doubt knocks again, and it will, answer with action. Not theory. Not hesitation. Just action. Keep going. Keep building. Keep sharpening. This world needs people who are fully alive, fully focused, and fully free. You are no longer owned by fear. You are no longer seduced by comfort. You are no longer ruled by the past. You are in control. You are the architect. You are the fire. Now act like it. This is the final moment, the edge of who you were and who you must become. You've walked through fire. You've faced your fears. You've silenced the noise. But now comes the hardest part, remaining awake in a world built to lull you back to sleep. The chains have been broken, but freedom must be maintained. The moment you stop sharpening, the old habits return with a smile and an offer to sit down. You must not sit. You must stand, taller than ever, with clarity burning in your eyes and fire anchored in your chest. This is not about motivation anymore. This is war, and the battlefield is your routine, your choices, your mind, every single day. You've already proven you have power. Now prove you have endurance. The climb is steep, but the view is eternal. No one sees the discipline behind closed doors. No one claps for the early mornings, the lonely nights, the silent battles. But that's what separates the legend from the lost. Let others chase temporary thrills. You are building permanence. You are building something that lasts, within yourself and beyond yourself. You are not your mistakes. You are the force that rises from them, wiser, sharper, stronger. Let every fall fuel your next level. The world will never hand you greatness. You must wrestle it from the grip of chaos and fear. That's the price, and you're willing to pay it. Be the person who finishes what they start, the one who keeps their promise when no one's watching, the one who makes discipline their identity. There will be storms. There will be fatigue. But if your foundation is strong, you will not break. You will bend. You will rise. Power is not loud. It is not boastful. Real power is silent, rooted, immovable. You walk into a room, and the room knows. You don't need applause. You don't need to be seen. You just need to be relentless. Silent work, loud results. Protect your focus. Guard your time. Demand more from yourself than the world ever could. Do not measure yourself by yesterday. Measure yourself by how much closer you are to your purpose today. Growth is the only standard now. You are no longer reactive. You are strategic, calculated, calm under pressure. That's what it means to master your mind. People will forget your words, your looks, your status, but they will never forget the energy you carried, the presence that came from your inner fire. Keep that fire alive. Feed it with action, with discipline, with vision. Never let it flicker. Never let it go dim. If fear returns, meet it with facts. If laziness knocks, meet it with movement. If doubt whispers, drown it with faith. You don't need to be the strongest. You need to be the most unshakable, the most consistent, the most devoted to your mission. This life is a one-time offer. Every second is either invested or wasted. Choose well. Choose with urgency. Let your actions today buy your freedom tomorrow. Let your work today build your confidence for years to come. The chains are gone. Now it's time to build the kingdom. A mind of steel, a heart of fire, a life on purpose. Stop shrinking for people who gave up on their dreams. Your presence is a threat to their comfort. Keep going. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not behind. You are right on time for your journey. Now take what you've learned, take what you felt, and live it, not for a day, not for a week, but for the rest of your life. Your mission doesn't need hype. It needs honor. Honor your gift. Honor your pain. Honor your future. You were not born to be average. You were not built to drift. You were made to lead. And it starts with mastering yourself. The enemy within is the last one standing. And you've beaten him. You've looked him in the eyes and said, not today, not ever again. So now rise, stand tall, and walk forward with a mind that serves you, not enslaves you. You are free. You are fire. You are focused. Break the chains and never, ever put them back on.